Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Gregory Mack. Thank you for joining me. Just wanted to give you guys an update about how the parts cleaning is going. I'm actually very happy with the degreaser solution. I mixed it per the instructions, 26 parts water, 1 part degreaser. And I had it mixed in this tub. This has actually worked out really well. I have actually decided, since it was working so well, to put the carburetor rack in here, and because I want to get as much as I can get knocked off the exterior as possible. And it's doing a pretty good job. You know, there's some really stuck on nasty stuff that it's having a hard time getting at, but for the most part I'm happy with it because it is working, it is cleaning. It did a really excellent job with the clutch parts. I was able to get the clutch basket very clean, and I was able to get that chain clean. I think that's actually a timing chain, I believe. And yeah, I got all those parts very clean. And this cover pretty clean. There's still a little bit in there, some fine grease in like the corners you see. And I'm going to take a pick and a rag and I'll get that cleaned a little further. And also in that, on this clutch hub, I'm pretty happy with the result, you know, because this stuff was just nasty, and I mean, it was such stuck on grease. I could still do a little fine cleaning in there with like a pick or a screwdriver and a rag, which I'll probably do. And then all the little parts they cleaned up pretty nice, like the this bearing piece and all these little things, you know, the springs. Not too bad. So I'm very happy with that. Oh, I cleaned the exterior of the starter. It was just covered in grease. I mean, and I don't even know if this works. I gotta test it still. But I feel like I got it nice and degreased. You know, and I'm going to test it, and if it spins over, then we'll use it. If it doesn't, well, I'm going to have to find a starter or try to fix this one, because this is the only one I got. This was in the saddlebag of one of the bikes. I'm just really hoping it's good. That way I can use it. And I'll know when I put a hot wire on this. I'll put a hot wire on that, and then the ground will probably ground to the body of the starter, and I think it should ignite it and make it spin. And if that's the case, then the starter motor will be good. Okay, so yeah, not bad. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. See, the biggest thing I wanted to get clean was like all the little linkage pieces on the exterior of this carburetor setup. I still got to pull all the bowls off and clean the bowls out really nice. And I'm also going to pull these top caps off and pull the slides out. And I'm going to have all that stuff really clean. But all this exterior linkage pieces I wanted to get really clean, because that stuff, those are the things that get all gummed up, and then a throttle gets really hard. And what I want is all of that working very smoothly. I don't want to have a stiff throttle on this bike, because It's a double throttle cable system. There's one cable that comes around one way and then another way, and as you work the throttle, it's like pushing and pulling. It's pulling and pushing. It's designed that way, but it's still opening up through these linkages for butterflies. And it's a vacuum slide, like, so some bikes, the throttle cable is connected directly to the slide, and the carburetor, these work differently, but it all has the same effect in the end, which is getting some gas into the motor at the proper amount. But these can be problematic because they can be really stiff on people's hands and hurt their hand, and I want it all to work really well, and I don't want to have any of those problems. So, carburetors really are actually very simple things. It's nothing to be intimidated about tackling. I would advise anybody that ever starts messing with a carburetor, you should identify the carburetor, have an exploded diagram where you can see where all the parts go. If you take one apart, you really want to know everything that's in it and where everything went, so you don't, because there's a lot of little pieces in there you can lose. Yeah, so far so good. I'm pretty excited to get this carb setup really cleaned a lot further and ready to rock and roll. I'm still waiting on the clutch plates. I expected them within any day now. And when I do have the clutch plates, they'll be, I can put the clutch back together on that engine. And then I will be moving forward with trying to get that engine up in that frame over there. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to this whole thing is really a challenge. It's a lot more than I wanted to get into, but this is it. You know, you're seeing, I'm not cherry picking what I'm doing, and I didn't cherry pick this project for the ease of it. I accepted it, that it was going to have its challenges in every way, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to demonstrate through these videos, is it does get challenging, and you should embrace those challenges and keep pressing forward with your projects. And even if it does seem like the going is getting kind of rough with it, you know, just keep forging ahead a little at a time, and really you'd be surprised how much you can get done, you know. And you know, this is a very daunting task to pull this clutch apart and to try to get all this stuff clean and order new parts, and then I got to reassemble everything and get it all back in there right and sealed up. But I'm confident that I'm going to be able to do that just fine, and we're going to have a nice smooth operating clutch in this bike that I don't have to worry about. And I'm confident this carburetors will all be cleaned and basically just as good as being rebuilt. I'm not buying any new components for the interior of those carburetors because I had a couple bowls off and it looked good. Everything looked savable. Just has to be clean. And when I get it all together and it's running, I will attempt to synchronize the carburetors. I will attempt to do that. You hook a vacuum gauge up to the manifolds on all of these, and there is some nuts you loosen there, and you can turn those screws in or out, and that synchronizes the interior butterflies. So these things really run great if all those butterflies are opening and closing just right. But you do that with a synchronization tool. And I've used one many years ago. Guys in bike shops say, I've heard them say it's just going to go out of sync again, like it doesn't really matter, it's not that important. But it does, they do run really well when they are synced. So I think it is important if you want something that runs really good. They do go out of sync, and it's okay, it still run just fine. But for top performance, we might try something like that. Alrighty, well, this video is coming up on 11 minutes. Just wanted to say, show you guys what I got going on here this morning. I was just spending a few hours cleaning and prepping parts, and that's pretty much all I can really do with it for right now. Just keeping on with the keeping on. Alright guys, we'll talk at y'all later. Thanks so much for stopping by.